Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a really good one for you today. We're going to try to keep it nice and tight, move through the information, look at price, and then look at what may be a catalyst for why this market is so upside down. Let's just go ahead and roll this beautiful intro. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here today. May 15th is the deadline for taxes. If you are into crypto and you're not sure what to do, Crypto Tax Audit has some amazing options for you. Reach out to Clinton Donnelly and the team. They can help you. They are the foremost authority on crypto taxes. Now, let's just revamp the page here because this, look at the total market cap here this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1.8, well off of the 2 trillion plus for the cryptocurrency market cap space. Now 1.7. Okay, bleeding heavily. And it is not just one coin. My God, even Tether's hurting right now. It's a stable coin. All right, so looking at the numbers here, look, it is just a sea of red, Let's look at XRP price right now. We're at $1.06 at the moment here. And let's refresh that because we've been as low as 95 cents, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get a refresh on the page here because I like to have current numbers, and I know you guys do too. So let's look. We're off by 19.25% right here. Currently, and we're ranging between 95 cents and $1.41. So we're going to pay attention to that. I covered this in this morning's video, but just to touch the numbers, I know everybody's watching them closely because we've gone from $1.92, slipped back under $1. It does appear that the analysts that we have been following are showing us through the charts. They are showing us that to hang on. Now, none of this is financial advice, and everybody's got to follow their own path, right? But I like having this reassurance from these people like Dark Defender, Crypto Wizard, Crypto Bull 2020, and so many others that really have been on top of this. And Coins Kid is another one that has been on top of this. And absolutely, as Dark Defender and others have told us, this is exactly what they saw as of yesterday. They said it could have a hard retrace back to $1 area, which is at 95 cent range. We saw that also confirmed by Crypto Wizard as well. And they confirmed it here, and they talk about the fact, and this actually came out just about an hour or two ago here, said XRP BTC should recover and reverse. It shows the Satoshi range of 1900 to 2250, which will push XRP to the upside. 8 hours later, please see the charts. My bias remains the same. We will see $2.40 above, and even more confidence coming from Crypto Bull 2020 as well. There's nothing to do for him except right now, but wait and hang out, he says. His target for XRPs have not changed, $10 plus, watching with confidence. There you have it. Obviously, none of it's financial advice from them or me, but it is nice to have their insights. I certainly enjoy that. So we'll have to watch to see if the charts do hold up at that range in the 90-some cent range, which is obviously $1.05 now, and continues to make its way back up, hopefully to these new highs. That would be amazing. So, looking here, because of the market falling off, not only in crypto, but also across the conventional markets as well. We're going to talk about why in just a second, but gold heads to a third weekly gain on lower yields with a weaker dollar. Well, that isn't all. We're going to talk about that in a second. Incoming CEO for Binance US, Brian Brooks, looks to reshape the crypto regulatory side of things here. And he's really got that background. Obviously, if you're not aware and you're new to the space, Brian Brooks is the former Office of Comptroller of Currency and now the CEO of Binance, and says Binance US was set up as a separate company specifically because the US has its own regulatory regime around these kinds of assets. Obviously, there are tens of millions of Americans who want access to this stuff. And as I tried to show at the OCC, we need better clarity in this country to let people productively invest in this new important technology. One of the things I'm going to do with Binance.us is to help continue to shape that dialogue. As the price of Bitcoin tumbles, Brooks also commented on the volatility benchmark cryptocurrency and had this to say. if you look at the year-to-year date returns on Bitcoin, it is significantly net positive, better than the stock market, and has traded between 50 and 70,000 for a pretty long time compared to 2 years ago when it might fall 50% in a week and fall 20% in another. I don't see the volatility as extreme as most people say. We are trying to build a fundamental technology here. While serving at the OCC, Brooks is known as the crypto comptroller because of his positive attitude towards digital assets. During his term, the Bureau released clarifying that banks can offer cryptocurrency custody services and use stablecoins for payment activities. Now, that is a massive move when he issued those issuances from the OCC chair, and we have really yet to see the banks come in and start to do exactly those things. But I tell you, I don't think we're far away from that happening. So that is extremely exciting. This is from Crypto Life right here. The good, the bad, and the ugly. SEC seeks to knock out the Ripple defense, says no duty to warn XRP in a new filing. SEC asked the court to dismiss Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice defense that XRP could be a security. Well, we'll see. I think it's either April 28th or April 30th. There will be another hearing. So I think they are expanding the lines and opening the lines to 4,000. So I think we will actually be able to listen in on that next call without any issue. We will keep you posted. Now, this is the actual article, but we don't have to read it to you. So here we go. This is everyone wants to be rich, so it's going to be hated. The Reddit crowd will hate it. They all want to be rich. Robinhood crowd will hate it, and I think that really matters. Jim Cramer on the potential of capital gains hike. Ooh, say it and so. Well, unfortunately, it is so. This is from Michael Val, 5 links here, and he says Biden eyes capital gains hike to 43.4%. For New York could be 52.2%, and for California could be 56.7%. Well, just the news of that kind of conversation, you start asking yourself, who invited the good news bear? Somebody get him some honey. I mean, it's not hard to believe that with that kind of talk, this is why we're so red, maybe. Maybe not. But I could certainly see it being a real catalyst for that. Listen, who knows where this goes? But one thing I can tell you is that as we move forward, this is a global market. This is not just the U.S., so I do want to remind people of that. But at the same time, while I'm reminding you of that, we do have a G7 Leaders Summit. And this is just some of the points: leading global recovery from the pandemic while strengthening resilience against future pandemics, promoting future prosperity for championing free and fair trade, tackling climate change and preserving the planet's biodiversity, and championing global shared values. Now, we know the G7 and the G20 have specifically talked about the idea of building back better. And as you can see here, the finance, trade, and digital technology ministers meeting will build back better by promoting future prosperity of championing free trade. This is digital and technology ministers, ladies and gentlemen. This is a biggie. Health ministers, which can be affected in a positive way by blockchain, is also another aspect of this. And the health ministers will be meeting as well. And the climate ministers will be meeting to build back better and protecting the planet. And that does go to speak to transactions cross-border when it comes to climate and environment controls as well there too. So this will be exciting. This takes place in June of this year, and we will see what comes of that, because I tell you, if one thing, we have determined a trend on this channel, and it is that we get direction from the top down, because we see the G7, the G20, and then Financial Action Task Force, which is the FATF, right? And the Financial Stability Board and entities like that really attached to either the BIS or the G20 itself. And we see those recommendations that come down from the international level. And why is that? And then they're adopted by the countries themselves, right? Just like the KYC, the Know Your Customer, or the AML, anti-money laundering, and the travel rule that came down last year from the Financial Action Task Force. Well, that recommendation was adopted within 1 or 2 days by the U.S. Treasury at the time from the previous administration in the United States. And that is the trend that we know is actually solid. So I think looking to these kind of meetings and these bullet points that they're going to be covering is really important for us to understand where the direction of all of this goes with digital assets and cross-border transactions and the use of new technology like XRP and the XRP ledger itself. So now before we get out of here, when it does come to the conversation of talking about tax hikes, you have to ask yourself, where can I go? What are my options to try to sidestep getting wrecked through capital gains? Well, I can tell you, I trust capital. I talk about them all the time. Crypto, gold, silver IRAs, they are in fact the best on the planet. And if you go and you set yourself up on that and talk to the team, they can help you make the best choice for yourself and what you need to do to set up your IRA with them. And I think you may find that you will be very happy you did, because if we do see those capital gains get hiked, it would be a damn shame, because it'd be a shame to see you make, let's say, talk about the rug pull. Imagine finally making a mill off of XRP and then this dude takes half. There it is. Not a political statement, but it is a financial one. Think about what you hold, know what you hold, and make sure you make your own sound decisions on that one. I am not giving financial advice, but those are my insights on this day. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and share with somebody you know. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section, and make sure you keep an eye on price today too. We may have hit that bottom that we need, and who knows, if we have, it might be on and upwards from here. I'll catch all of you on the next one.